You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
I'm not Hitler!
We've heard that story before, haven't we?
Once it's explained, the devil will look at me and I say goodbye, devil, and he goes goodbye, Bob.
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
So, what's shaking today, sir?
And we're going to review my challenge to you of Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell. And, dude, I have to thank you for challenging me this.
Oh, really?
Well, it's nice because Moviesucktastic is the podcast for people that love bad movies, and we often put the emphasis on bad movies that are painful and hurtful and make us cry. And it's nice. It's nice every now and then to remember that we do love bad movies, and when we can go back to a film like this that we watched while we were in high school, and go, "Wow, I loved this film back then." It's a bad movie, but it's still good.
Yeah, you're right. And I remembered really enjoying it in high school. It came out in 1991. Stars Christy Swanson, Chad Lowe, and Patrick Bergen.
Chad Lowe.
Yeah. Who I actually was able to take notes on this tonight.
Me too. Hey,
normally, or I shouldn't say normally. Lately, I haven't been able to take notes. Yep. Got some notes right there.
I've been doing my note thing. Yeah.
Yep.
For posterity.
Highway to Hell. This is not ordinary horror, comedy, action, adventure.
This is not ordinary comedy, horror, action, adventure. These fucking people. I swear to God.
I love the tagline, too. Is when the cops on this road don't take you to jail, they take you to hell!
All right, let's get into this.
Now, when you challenged me to this, I instantly remembered it. This movie has always been in the back of my head. And like I said before, all I really remembered were the Andy Warhol road construction crew.
Oh, yeah.
And the scene where they're racing down the highway to hell, and it's all Volkswagens, Beetles, and Gilbert Gottfried as Hitler.
Who was in the trailer? I am not Hitler.
Well, come on, when you have a Jewish comedian dressed as Hitler, you sell that right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
By the way, in what's in the trailer that's not in the film?
Oh, I know. The tunnel of cars. Oh well. And you know what? Considering how much money it costs to put music in films, I bet they blew a big part of their budget getting that for the trailer.
It depends. Advertising dollars are different sometimes, and some if they have it. Because you're playing 30-second spots, who knows? Or 1-minute spots.
Let me ask you a quick question. It has nothing to do with the movie. All right. While Scott's doing that, we have Highway to Hell, 1991, starring Chad Lowe, Rob Lowe's younger, much less famous brother, Christy Swanson. Literally just a few months before she hit it big with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Patrick Bergen from Sleeping with the Enemy fame. And then you have a host of other people in the film, like with cameos. Like we were talking with Scott a minute ago. Gilbert Gottfried as Hitler. You had Jerry Stiller as... I think he was a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop. He was a cop in the diner.
He was a cop, okay. His son,
yes,
Ben Stiller, who was the fry cook, which in my notes I have. I am going on record as saying as his best performance ever.
See, now, there you go. I have a note here, too. That says, where is it? That's JD's Revenge.
Uh-huh.
I need to backtrack a bit. Hold on. Here we go. This film has reintroduced me to the sensation of enjoying a Ben Stiller performance.
Now
you covered the basic setup?
Yeah, pretty well. I just talked about who was in it, and then you came back on. The basic setup is Chad Lowe and Christy Swanson want to elope, so they decide to drive out to Las Vegas to go do that, and somehow end up going on a detour because they think a cop is following them. What?
Okay, you keep scaring me. Now, now they're eloping. So let's just underline this. They're eloping in his pizza delivery car with his dog.
Yeah, they brought the dog along.
She struck the mother load.
She sure
Honey,
has.
We're gonna run to Vegas and get married, and I'm bringing the dog. And I'm not even taking the pizza sign off the car.
Nunzio's Pizza.
Just in case we do a delivery,
Sure. Now, what I think everybody might not know is that this film is currently unreleased on DVD, Blu-ray, at all. There is no time frame.
You can't find it anywhere.
What's that?
You can't find it anywhere.
No,
it's
you
hard
can't. I mean, I have a VHS rip of it, but that's it. I don't even think this... I don't want to say this never made it to Laserdisc, but this rip isn't a Laserdisc rip. It's not... The quality isn't good enough.
Dude, this never made it Laserdisc. Come on.
You don't think so?
No, I do not think this made it to Laserdisc.
Maybe you should look it up.
I think it's the same old story. The company went under. The people that own the copyright to it aren't selling it, but they don't have the money to actually release it themselves, so it just sits in limbo.
Okay.
And they probably went out of business before Laserdiscs were, let's be fair, Laserdiscs never really got the speed up enough to go mainstream. There are a lot of parts of the country that just never even saw Laserdiscs.
1% of America own Laserdiscs. That's how small that group was.
Right. So I don't think it ever made it to it.
Yeah, 1%. We have 300 million people in this country. At that time when Laserdisc was popular, we might have had 260 or 280. 1% of that is minuscule.
Right.
Now in Japan,
right,
40% or 45% had Laserdisc. Well, just where the technology was invented. But that's why it took so long over there for them to transition from Laserdisc to DVD, because much like the transition for, let's say, you and I, as an example, from DVD to Blu-ray, we just don't really care that much about Blu-ray. Yeah, it's cool, but I don't want to build my whole entire collection to Blu-ray. I don't.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, if everyone's watching this on the screen right now, that's the game is called Highway to Hell. The game. That's Sega's Outrun.
Yeah, it's Outrun.
It's Outrun.
And that's a cameo by somebody, or nobody, might I add. Now, so they decide to elope, and of course he's paranoid. The cops are after him, so they take the side road, and then a demon from hell kidnaps the girl.
Hell Cop.
Hell Cop. And what's he driving?
You know what? I didn't really notice.
The Hell Car. They called it the Hell Car.
I thought you were actually asking me if it was like a fucking Chevy or a Ford.
Yeah. No, it's called the Hell
Car. Scott, I don't know the brand. I'm sorry.
Now, if I don't have my full notes in front of me, so if you can look it up for me, the name of the writer.
I can't look it up for you. This is the reason why I want to do a dual screen at my end, so one screen does video, one screen does audio.
Hang on, let me get it then, because I looked it up before, but I didn't write it down. He is the same person who wrote and directed Payback.
Oh, really?
And a bunch of other excellent films. This guy, Highway to Hell. And I was looking back, it's like, wow, this is what happened was he got his start. It looks like in screenwriting or like in the big leagues with horror films. He wrote one of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I think it was the Dream Warrior or the one after that.
Oh,
And then,
okay.
yeah, blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Brian Helgeland. He also wrote Knight's Tale.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, taking a Pelham 1-2-3, the remake, Man on Fire. He's the screenwriter of Man on Fire.
Get out of here.
L.A. Confidential, Conspiracy Theory,
Wow.
The Postman, Payback.
Good films.
But his first film was A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, not The Dream Warriors.
Okay.
Dream Master. And then he also wrote 976 Evil. So, I mean, he started off doing
Another 80s
horror
horror classic.
Yeah, so this is like, when you look at this now and you look at all he did afterwards, you can see the glimmers of the greatness of this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved. Now, usually I would call it a cop out, but the way he does it is great because they just dispense with. Okay, we want to go to hell. The movie's called Highway to Hell. We're not going to spend a half hour setting things up. So they take a wrong turn. The hell cop kidnaps the girl. He comes back to the old guy at the gas station. And the old guy says, "Yeah, that's the hell cop. Here, take this magic shotgun. Take my car. Drive between the two trees. Be back before sunrise." Okay. It's like all set up.
It's completely set up.
And the old and the old guy. Why couldn't he have been in more of the film? Because he was awesome.
I know.
I mean,
Sam,
like,
good old Sam.
Sam, as a you get the shotgun. It's like my girlfriend made that for me. So your girlfriend, one of the mementos she made for you when you were courting her was the pistol grip to a shotgun that she fashioned out of an old hubcap.
Yeah.
Well, that's the most romantic gift ever.
But even more shocking,
I get choked up.
was that he paid $8 for gas.
Well, it was 1991.
Yeah, but $8 to fill up his tank. It could have been 1991. It could be 1951.
They didn't say it was empty, though. He just filled up.
It sounds just so ludicrous in this day and age. You know, Chad Lowe is probably the worst on-screen kisser ever.
Remember before when I said that this film has reintroduced me to the sensation of enjoying a Ben Stiller performance?
Yeah.
Below that, it's like, Chad Lowe? Not so much. It's great because they
He's
picked
the worst kisser. Did you see his mouth? Like his cheeks like suck in and out? It's like, that's how I would imagine like 8-year-olds learning to kiss for the first time would do it.
Don't forget, this is back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I mean, I know it's 1991, but this film has the stink of the 80s on it.
Yeah.
Everything from the hairstyles to in general, this is like the last gasp of 80s styles in this film. And this is back when your romantic heroic leads didn't have to be attractive or masculine at all. He's like
had to be Rob Lowe's
pigeon-chested,
brother.
weak, effeminate. Yeah, I mean, like I would have to say 80% of the driving scenes are of him like crying and steering to the left. Ah, you know, it's.
And what did you think?
And then the only time he really gets tough in the film.
Yeah.
What?
No, go ahead.
After you.
I was just
I
going to
think the only time he gets tough in the film is. Oh, why would you jump in on me when I'm just saying it now?
I didn't say anything. I'm waiting for you to talk.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. The only time in the film where he actually gets tough is when he's fighting the demon girl who refuses to fight back. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me?
Right, and she's
and
like,
then, of course,
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. No, I was actually going to say, did you like Hellcop's handcuffs?
That my third note. Hit handcuffs. Really good too. And that was Can BFX, or the guy from Can BFX, who was married to Linnea Quigley, by the way.
Oh, really?
If you look at the chin of Hellcop, their initials are in the chin because that's romantic too.
Oh, look at that.
Speaking of which, I just acquired today a copy of Linnea Quigley's horror workout.
Did you really?
I really did. It's my penance for having actually rented that back then.
You know what I should do? I should throw, when I finally get the live stream channel up and running, I should throw clips of that Like the montage video that's going around on the internet?
Yeah. Clips of it, yeah.
No, not the whole thing. I'm not crazy.
Right.
I mean, you can get trouble for that. I'm not going to do that. That's silly. No, like there's a montage video out on the internet and just throw a bunch of clips of that in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Sam also had two of my favorite lines in the film.
What's that?
You better take this antifreeze. It's going to be hotter than hell down there.
Oh, God, you're breaking up so bad.
Oh, what? How about now?
How about you just take the headphones that I'm going to give you and just stop saying no?
Fine.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Can you?
I can hear you.
I sound good?
Yeah, it's fine now.
And I sound good? All right.
You sound okay now.
I'll repeat the line then. You better take this antifreeze. It's going to be hotter than hell out there. That's funny. Come on, that's funny.
It's not hilarious, but it's funny.
It was, and then, but my favorite one was, you can't phone hell. You can drive there, but you can't phone hell. That's like poetic almost.
No, he's in the car. He's like, I got a bed out back. It's got clean sheets. I'll leave you alone. You can fuck her all night long. Just let me watch.
Whoa, I missed that part.
Just let me watch. I'm so lonely.
Jesus.
What? That's what he said. He wants to watch them do it.
Yeah. I mean, the film was full of those little things, like the Satanic Mechanic, the tow truck.
Right.
The AAA Anarchy Armageddon and Annihilation, Stick Spear. What was the sign for the road to nowhere? And if you look closely, the fine print was, "Don't bother buckling up; it ain't gonna help."
Oh, right. Yeah, they had you're right. They had lots of little things like the Hitler scene. When they pan over, it's had 4 reservations on the table. One was for Gaddafi, one was for Jerry Lewis.
Melda Marcos,
and
I forget the fourth one.
Botha. I don't know who that is. It looked familiar, but I don't know. I didn't recognize it. Botha.
I don't recall that. My favorite was
Edie Armin.
The high
Edie Armin.
Amin.
Isn't it Armin?
Edie Amin.
I thought it was Armin. Thought it was Armin.
Amin.
Okay.
Edie Amin.
Whatever.
Amin.
Uh-huh.
Amin.
Mm-hmm.
Say it. Amin. Say Amin.
Edie Armin. I'm not going to say it the way you say it because I think it's wrong.
It's not Amin. Say Amin.
It's Edie.
Anyway.
Armin.
Amin.
Oh, never mind. I'm done. Done talking about
it. My favorite, the bumper sticker on one of the Volkswagens. Pontius is my co-pilot.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Well, that was great. And I had to think a second for that one. That was embarrassing. It's like Pontius. Oh, pilot. Okay.
Look at that.
I mean, and then what?
No, just saying. Hellcop got out, steps on the ground. There's his handcuffs. And you're right. Those handcuffs look really good.
They're damn good. Yeah,
they look really, really good.
And this film really showed you what you can do with no budget. I mean, the few special effects they spend the money on, that demon woman that he almost has sex with.
Right, the tunnel.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, when the line, "If you make love to me, the devil won't want me anymore." I mean, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that. I mean, it's your basic, it's always the con.
You'd have a whole nickel.
Yeah, maybe a dime. Maybe a dime.
Maybe a dime.
Maybe. Yeah, but then I mean, the all the visuals were very. It's very stark, and then out of nowhere, they had a lot of forced perspective with the buildings out in the desert.
Yeah, which is I think Arizona, or New Mexico. I think that's
California. Yeah.
One of those filming locations. I forget which it was.
But really, nice imagery, very stark. And then whenever they did like the hell stuff, it was very abstract, very, clean lines, very kind of
right.
They kept going. They kept modern with like the hell car and the designs, the architecture, but modern in a very simple way. Not knowing anything about architecture, I can't go any further. But like they kept it simple.
Right.
And I just and then like the Hell Woman and stuff. When they did a special effect, they actually had the money to do it, and then everything else they just scaled back and said, okay, we'll just have guys on motorcycles driving around and sporting green stuff on the car.
Yeah. Now,
very, very.
One thing I noticed
Yes.
in the trailer, and I don't know why they did that, but in the film, they don't go through great lengths, but they go through a little bit of trying to make you believe that Patrick Bergen's character, Beazle, is a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But they give away in the trailer that he's the devil.
All right. They give away to anybody who's not as smarter than our hero. He's on the highway to hell.
Right.
He gets picked up. He gets picked up by a guy named Beazle. And
yeah. Then
his
one of my
garage
notes is Beazle. Really, you didn't get that right away?
And then his garage is called the Fallen Angel.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you're driving a pizza delivery car, guy. Because you missed the boat.
Yeah. And he somehow still wins in the end.
He definitely doesn't win because, and thankfully it wasn't a battle of wits.
Right.
If Death had played chess with him, it would have been a short damn movie.
That's true.
King me! All right, you're just coming with me.
Yeah. This movie would have been over in 10 minutes.
I mean, look when he goes to get to hell. He meets Charon. By the way, played by what's his name? The Predator guy.
Predator guy?
Kevin Peter Hall.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. You're right.
And Harry.
Yes.
And also, he was also the shrinking doctor from the Misfits of Science.
Oh, that one. Yes.
Yeah, and he filmed this. This was his last film. He died from AIDS shortly thereafter.
Oh, that's why he looks so bad.
Yeah, you can actually see it because he got it from a blood transfusion.
That's terrible.
Mm. Well, that was
you hear once in a while, not once in a while. You hear enough times that people contracted AIDS just by a blood transfusion when they weren't testing blood.
Mm-hmm.
When my father got hurt, he needed a blood transfusion because he hurt his hands and he lost a lot of blood. He refused it because at the time they were just talking about AIDS and they still weren't testing blood on a regular basis. And my father, they said, listen, you need a blood transfusion. My father said, fuck that. I'm not taking it. He goes, if I die, I die. That's just the way it's going to be. I'm refusing the transfusion. And you never know if he had gotten it. They just weren't testing blood. And it's a damn shame.
You can thank the Reagan and Bush presidencies for that because they threw the blinders up to the whole AIDS epidemic.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they really fought back on any kind of mention of it, and they really held back on educating the public towards it. That's why you had a lot of false information coming through official lines. Reagan wouldn't even, I believe it was Reagan who wouldn't even mention it.
Oh, no kidding.
And then Bush, and of course Bush had to go the whole route of just say no. So great, drugs are the problem here,
Jeez.
But that's getting a little political. But that was his last film. He died shortly after that.
It's a shame.
Yeah, and you've got two monster stars in here too because who's the Hell Cop played by?
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant Bedlam,
yeah.
Hell Cop.
Yep.
Played by C.J. Graham, who played Jason Voorhees.
Yep.
In Jason Lives and like the few films after that.
Yeah, I did look up some information about it, and I saw that, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Who's now a casino manager? So.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. Hey, smart move. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
There's only so long you can run around in a hockey mask killing teenagers.
Yeah, that is true.
Believe me, there's no money in running around killing teenage girls.
There never was.
There's not. No. But I mean, the film has got a charm to it, and it's really simple. And it's not a great film. It's a lot of hacked humor, because at the table with Gilbert Gottfried as, and I was wrong. My memory was incorrect. It's not Jeanine Garofalo at the table with him.
I didn't even bother looking it up. I just know it's not Jeanine Garofalo.
And Ben Stiller played Attila the Hun.
Who was at the table.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the jokes are a bit hackneyed and that kind of stuff, but it's very consistent.
Oh
and
yeah.
it starts off, with that quick bang after the first 5 or 10 minutes, and it really keeps the steady pace of borderline surreal, and the minimalism of the again, not having a budget, the minimalism works towards the beauty of the film. Just the whole thing of Satan at the end, just getting the chair set up at the top of the sand dune to watch the race.
Right.
It's everything is just stark plain. And by the way, I love the the Andy Warhol road crew paving the highway to hell with good intentions.
Oh right.
That was. But I only slept with my boss to help my husband get a promotion, and then they feed her into the machine.
Right. I let little Susie drink the bleach. She had to learn.
That was a lesson she had to learn.
That's right.
It's so simple, but the fact that they went through the trouble to do it, it was cool.
Well, what about all the commercials in the back of the Hell car?
Those are the weakest part for me.
Well, I like the one commercial where they're talking. The one line was, "You look like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag."
5-pound bag, yeah.
And the reason why I think I take that with me a little bit is because I remember watching this with my father when it first hit Cinemax, and I'm almost 100% positive that he started saying that line after seeing this movie. Because my father has to this day still says that line right there. Mm-hmm. We would go to a West Coast Video in Bloomfield. I think you remember it.
Oh yeah.
And they had so many stores in that little shopping plaza. So my father would always say, "This place is like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag." Always. So whenever we would go there, he'd say, "Let's go to the 5-pound bag." That's how we would say it.
Hey, do me a favor.
What's that?
You're gonna skip ahead on the film for me here.
Where do you want to go?
I want you to go all the way to the near the end.
Yeah.
Where they steal the hell car from Hell Cop and drive it out of hell, and they jump over the chasm, and it goes into the hole, and it screeches to a halt.
This is when they steal his car.
Right, near the end. I know he's just going into hell now.
Not the car race. It's before the car race.
Before the car race, when he escapes from hell with the girl, and they jump that chasm.
Right here. Yeah, this is the hell car.
There's a delay here, so I'm not seeing it yet.
They're trying to hotwire the hell car.
Right, it's just after that. Let it play for a minute.
Okay.
And you want to pause it for me when they come to a screeching halt, and at the bottom of the screen you can see these little loops.
Little loops. Okay.
You'll see it. There's a delay, so I'm not going to be able to see it.
Okay.
I mean, even this thing with them going through that tunnel, the weird creatures where it's just like body suits painted like marble.
Right.
It's so abstract. It was very fitting that when they went into the devil's bedroom, that when she's playing the white violin, that they had like a dolly painting on the back wall. Because they really were going for that kind of abstract minimalism. It was great. I mean, that kind of surreal aspect. You're coming up on that right now, right?
Yep. Yeah, I didn't see any loops.
When it comes to a screeching halt, at the bottom of the screen, when it comes to a screeching halt, you know what, that part where he clocks the shotgun.
Yeah.
Just before that, while we're still on the car with the smoke rising, pause it there, and then move your cursor away so we can see the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
And for you folks listening, this is boring as shit. So bear with me. Ha ha ha. I even like burned through all my notes. It was all just fun stuff. I mean,
that's why I didn't see these loops.
Because of
those sandbags.
Those are sandbags. I don't know why they have a row of sandbags there. They're either holding something down, or maybe they were there as a barrier in case the car slid too far.
That's what I think. That's what I was going to guess.
So I'm watching, and as I had to pause it, those are sandbags, and I went back just in case they like used them as props. It was supposed to be there, but no, they're just in the shot accidentally. I love little things. It's like fix it in post. Nah, fuck it.
Good call.
Why even bother it? Well, I spent over a decade, close to 15 years working in the behind the scenes of the film and television industry. So I love when they use behind the scenes stuff as props, and when they have them when they get stuck in. I just love little things like that.
Right.
Like whenever they show a trailer for these low budget films, and then the police put these lights on the building, and they're like 9-light phase or the huge 9 lights. It's like, that's not a police light. That's a film lighting light. They just use their film lights to light the thing.
He's throwing midgets.
He threw me. Not only did he throw midgets, but he slammed one. And I wish they had followed through on that, because he slams the guy in the car in the trunk, so the legs are sticking out.
Well,
but then when
the hood,
the hood. But then when he's driving later, the legs aren't still there.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess you would gather that he just took him out of there.
I'm not saying it's a continuity error. I'm just saying it's a missed opportunity for a running gag.
Yeah, because it's not like it was difficult to get those legs to hang out of there.
No, I think it would have been cool. Again, even that shot with the house against all of it, obviously, forced perspective and matte paintings or what have you, or
right.
Or bad blue screening, whatever they did back then. But it's just such a nice contrast. This film's there's an art to this film. I still like the film.
Well, there's the one scene near the end here.
Even the creepy kid, who I was convinced that was gonna. I didn't remember the film, so I was convinced at one point that kid was gonna sprout like boils and sores and attack them.
He looks kind of like the kid from the movie Witness, but not as cute. And the kid from Witness wasn't that cute.
He's like the kid from Witness, except maybe I wouldn't save him.
Wouldn't go through all that fucking trouble.
And I really, if I hated anything in this film, I hated the fact that at the end they had to throw in like the written prologue of what happened to everybody.
I know. Yeah, that bugged me a little bit.
Okay, wait. This guy wrote video games? Yeah, I buy that.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
And she opened up a chain of pizza shop. Well, they couldn't open up the chain of pizza shops together.
Hot as Hell Pizzeria.
Right, which is also a lame name.
Yes, it is.
The only thing I really believed in there was the fact that the dog went on to have a movie career.
There's a shot here coming up where it's like a real sunset, and you could tell that because of where they were, the locale, this mountainous area, they took advantage of a really nice sunset to throw that in, and because you could tell it's not a green screen shot at all.
Oh no, that was definitely okay. We only have 5 minutes. Let's get the shot.
Right. That's exactly what that was.
When they filmed in those wind carved caves for the Road to Nowhere, and again the long shots of the desert, they really utilized. They took a barren landscape and really made it a part of the film.
Right.
The barren landscape of the Highway to Hell is really a character in itself in the movie.
Now that's a green screen right there.
Also, one of my more favorite representations of the devil.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's like, okay, I wanted a virgin, but let's play around, and he's got some hardcore rules too. So we're not playing for the kid. I mean, and Royce intrigued me. Yeah,
that was that was going to be. See, you get the notion from the film. Well, not the notion. He actually says it that Genghis Khan, Hitler, people like that. That's the shot I'm talking about right there.
Mm-hmm. He took them under his wing,
and he sent them to Earth to be evil. Mm-hmm. And Royce was one of those guys that he was going to send, and he basically says that he was very disappointed in him, and that's why he has the kid, because he at some point is wanted to send him up.
Oh no! I don't think he's. I think like Royce was already up there, just like Hitler, everybody else, and just whereas Hitler managed to create a mass genocide, Attila the Hun was able sacked entire regions. This guy never got out of the whole. Okay, I've got my own biker gang. What I'm saying. So now,
you're right, because he does keep saying that he wants to go back up.
Right, so it's one of those things where he took him under his wing on Earth and he didn't accomplish anything. So it's like, okay, you were a biker and then you got shot. You didn't even that's it. So it was very interesting, and it at the beginning you kind of get the feeling he's going to come out to be like a helper at the end, or like
he's
a
all
comrade.
in it for himself.
Yeah, but it was weird because the way they play him was like, okay, this guy's gonna be the wild card that ends up helping them, even though I was like, no, and it was it was a weird twist for the character.
Yeah,
It's like what was, and again, the film doesn't have many surprises, but the fact that they didn't go completely cliche with the way that character's set up was interesting.
he just gave him the devil horns. He pointed in the direction of how he gets out with devil horns. Did you notice that?
No, I did not notice
Oh,
that.
really? I can rewind it.
No.
Just show you real
No,
quick.
I saw it now. I didn't notice it when I was watching before.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw it now. That's all.
Oh, this is a terrible voiceover too. When he asked him if he wants to be the quarterback of the Rams. You know, if he had said the 49ers, I might have said yes, but you didn't. So go to hell.
All right, that was the worst line of the film.
Yeah, it was.
At that point, I wish Sam would come back again.
Yeah.
No, really, you can't phone there.
I've tried. You can't do it.
And again, nothing masculine about this hero at all. Nothing.
He's wearing a wife beater through half the film, and it's like, is this supposed to make you
tough?
Yeah, in some way.
Because it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I mean, she actually should have been throwing. She should have saved him.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee that's why they kept her covered up through the whole film. Because I guarantee she's got bigger muscles than him.
I like me some Christy Swanson. Good old Buffy the Vampire Slayer herself.
Yeah.
The original.
She probably could have kicked his ass like 10 weeks to Sunday.
Well, I mean, he's quite possibly the worst kisser ever.
I know.
I brought it up before, but if I can bring up I won't do it. But there's a scene where he kisses her, and he doesn't even kiss her on the mouth. He kisses her on the side of the mouth.
You're very focused on his kissing. I noticed that.
It's terrible.
I know. It's just
Listen,
bothering.
if you have an opportunity to kiss Christy Swanson, do it right. Goddamn it, Christy Swanson at the twilight of her career. We're talking maybe
Twilight?
18, 19, 20 years old. Christy Swanson.
But if he's not willing to make love to her so the devil won't want her, then why would he kiss her properly?
He's a fucking pussy, and that's one of my notes. What a fucking pussy.
Yeah, no.
The shot of Patrick Bergen, Beazle on the hill that you were saying, it's so 1980s music video, it's not even funny.
Oh, especially was it a smoking jacket he's wearing?
The
or just
smoking
like
jacket, the transition, the fade out from one scene to the other. Right here. 80s video.
This whole film has that last gasp of the 80s feel to it. It's like, this is the last time we're going to get away with this shit.
Yeah.
No?
That's right. It's the 90s, baby. But, overall, I still, the last time I saw this was probably 15, maybe even 20 years ago. I still enjoyed it.
I saw it in 1992 because I rented it. I remember when it came out. So
you did rent it. I saw it on Cinemax.
91 or 92. No, I rented it when it came out. I remember because the cover of the video was a close-up shot of the Hellcop's face.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And that's going to be my theme for my movie challenge to you.
Really? Okay.
It's a vague kind of a theme, but are we done with Highway to Hell?
Yes. Look at this shot right there. Did you see that shot of them falling over the edge?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That looked like a real dangerous, hill, or I should say a mountain that goes over to a ledge. That looked very real and very dangerous, and they cut away. So I didn't notice any harnesses or anything.
It was cut well. It was cut
very well.
And there's a lot of decent stunts in here for a low budget film, especially that whole when they're on the Volkswagen highway there.
Right.
When the cars are bashing them, there's some fishtailing cars. Like there's a high speed traffic flow there.
Oh yeah.
With cars bashing into each other. That's not a small deal.
No, you're right.
And they all had to be stunt drivers.
Right.
On a course like that when you're filming something. So I mean, for a low budget, they took whatever budget they had and they focused it on set pieces that really highlight the film and again, 20 years later, I remembered that scene. Mm-hmm. It's just this film. If this film, I wish this film was on streaming or DVD or something, because I would recommend it to people. Just as a fun '80s horror film. This is what happened when horror films were fun.
Right.
And it's borderline action horror, really. It's not that much horror.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's why that rave was where it said it's a comedy, horror, suspense. You know, I think that's why he threw it all.
Well,
Adam now lives with his aunt and uncle in Cleveland. Now, I didn't notice. Did they go into any like real backstory about him?
Yeah, after he first picks the kid up, they're driving at night, and the kid has a picture of his parents, and he explained what happened. He fell asleep on a car ride, and when he woke up, the helicopter was there, and the helicopter killed everybody but him.
Did it mention like how long he was in hell for?
That they didn't, but it couldn't have been long, since he went back to his aunt and uncle, and they didn't like scream, "Oh my God, how come you haven't aged?" I mean, we're assuming that's not part of the story after that. Yeah. Oh wow. I mean. But like I said, see if this mentioned the cop. I was just curious. It was Sergeant Bedlam, Hell Cop. Lita Ford. Who was the hitchhiker? Was that the chick with the...
Lita Ford.
The ice cream guy? I'm going to scoop your brains.
Yeah, that was Lita Ford.
Okay.
You know who Lita Ford is?
No.
She was in The Runaways with... what the fuck? The fuck's her name? She was in The Runaways with, fuck. Yeah, the chick that sang "I Love Rock and Roll," "Bad Reputation."
Oh, her.
Joan Jett.
Yeah.
She was that band was pretty big, but then they branched off, and they actually, by branching off from that band, became even bigger. Very good. So we're gonna end this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Because
this is Scott Wilson's floating head.
Yeah. And it was last Sunday as well.
Oh, it was floating
more
somewhere.
Ways than one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Ay. All right. Want to tell everyone where they can go?
I already started. You finish up.
Oh, God. All right, motherfuckers.
Whoa.
What? Hey.
Oh! By the way, did you tell everybody that we had 2,000 downloads of our Serbian film episode?
I did not.
Apparently, on one day last week or the week before, 2,000 people decided to download a Serbian film episode.
Our episode of a Serbian film. Our review of a Serbian film.
On
yeah, 2,000 downloads in one day just for that episode alone. So I don't know what triggered that. I don't know how it got triggered. I don't know if maybe a very big site somewhere referenced us because we actually dedicated a whole episode to a Serbian film. But it happened. So I haven't actually looked to see what we've been downloading for that episode since. Mm-hmm. But I know 2,000 downloads in one day just for that episode.
So if we have a bigger audience in Serbia now, we're sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But all right, if you want to listen to our show, you can do it in a whole bunch of different ways. You can go to our website. What?
Now we have to tell people where they can listen and where they can watch.
Well,
this is going to get confusing.
We're going to have to do something structured with this too. But you can go to our website and you can download or
Wait, structure.
Oh, God.
On structure on Moviesucktastic?
Yeah, who would have thought? You can download or you can stream our
podcast.
Yes, thank you. Our podcast from our website. Soon you will be able to use live stream from our website as well. You can download all of our podcasts at iTunes if that's how you do it. You can listen to all of our episodes through Stitcher, which is a great application that you can put on your smartphone. And now the iPhone and the iPad, which we've been saying all along, but apparently it just got released.
And Stitcher-enabled vehicles.
There is a bunch out there. You can also catch us at our blog, which is boothreviews.moviesucktastic.com. No. Boothreviews.blogspot.com.
Correct.
Yeah. Our lunch.com community. Write reviews. Send them to us. We'll read them on the show. You can call us at 908-514-4470. You can email us at themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com.
Facebook Facebook is facebook.com/Moviesucktastic.
Live stream is livestream.com/Moviesucktastic.
Is it slash or backslash?
It's /.
Twitter, we're at Moviesucktastic at Twitter. Or, however that works.
If you just do a simple search of Moviesucktastic in a browser, we'll come up everywhere.
Right.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And my words of wisdom for this episode?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay, good.
Of course you don't know. They're my words of wisdom. If you knew, they wouldn't be that wise.
You're right.
It'd be like common knowledge.
Okay.
So my words of wisdom for this episode are: do not drink 21 shots of vodka in a 2-hour time span while being simultaneously recorded and videotaped.
Oh yeah.
Not a good idea.
You should absolutely abide by your own wisdom.
Well, I am now.
You are now? Okay, good.
Yeah. And I never do it again.
Very good.
Until bad movie night.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, because of live stream, we're going to start doing Bad Movie Day more often because we're going to do it through this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do the big one like we always do. Outside, big barbecue, party, everyone invited, that whole thing. But we're going to do, because we used to do it 4 times a year. But the other 3 times a year, we're going to do this way. You'll be able to sit in the comfort of your own home and just, come in and watch the movie with us. And I think everyone's going to enjoy that, to be honest.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah. So, all right. That's it for this episode. We'll talk to you next week.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye.
And video sign off of some kind, I guess, like
Yeah, it's called the stop button.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to have an end thing too, where we come up with the logo, like Moviesucktastic. It sucks. Just goes on.
Find out what sucks.
Right. Or as you said, find out what all the suck is about.
That's right. Anyway.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.